What is going on, YouTube? This is Travis from Chasing Anthems coming out with you with another reaction video. This one's totally different than any of the other ones I've done before. I saw this clip on YouTube and I just had to react. This was Prince reacting to the music industry and the control and all that kind of good stuff, and how, you know, he changed his perspective on how he interacted with them. With that being said, if you're new to the channel, please hit the like, comment below, subscribe to our channel, and check out some of our original music. But with that being said, I'm gonna let Prince the man say it himself, and then I will comment throughout. Let's roll.
Why it became such a big deal back then is ever since my third album, I wasn't really taking large advances from the recording companies. I was recording the albums myself in my own studio. So the way I looked at it, I owned the work because I paid for it. And I did all the work. I created it, so I felt like it should belong to me. That said, the companies felt otherwise, and they would always hold this contract up and say, well, you signed it. And I say, well, I understand that. It's not like I want to leave. I just want to, you know, talk about this thing and see if we can't make it more fair. Of course, they wouldn't change, because if they changed, they wouldn't really exist. And that's kind of the situation.
Facts. That is the 100% truth of the matter. The reality is they are not as necessary today as they were in the past. In the past, they could hold up the release of music that was being distributed, the music that was landing in Walmart, the music that was being played on the radio, and to some degree they still do, right? However, now, in this day and age, the digital age, artists have more control over with YouTube, your social media, and whatever network that you're creating to distribute your music. Right? So if you're an artist out there and you're struggling, you're trying to do it, keep grinding, keep doing it, because you can do it on your own. The golden ticket is not to get these labels to sign you to some major deal, because the reality is then they will take ownership and they will control what gets, you know, pushed out there and what doesn't. We have such a different and amazing opportunity these days to be able to go directly to the audience, and that's exactly what the labels want. If you got it, they're going to come after you, and that's the thing, is if you're good enough, they're going to come looking for you. They're going to come knocking down your door. But the reality is, you don't need them. You don't need them to arrive to whatever your goals are. You just need to keep working, keep producing good music, and putting all your heart and soul into everything you're producing. Let's keep going.
We're in right today, they're not going to exist much longer. But it's not like we're against them or anything like that. The idea is that we find better ways of working with one another. It shouldn't be a situation where they own the album or the work. We're talking about intellectual copyright. If they're going to be indeed a delivery service, then that's fine. But even FedEx doesn't say that they own the thing that they ship.
Boom!
Right?
That's what I'm talking about.
It keeps us apart, and it keeps the people in power in charge of us. So ultimately, we're going to have to learn how to be together and become one people. What I've been doing recently is studying the scriptures as deep as I can, so that that's what gives me the optimism. And I would advise anybody, if you want to feel like there's some hope in this joint, I mean, pick up the book and read it, and get somebody to actually show you what's going on there, because it's a real thing.
Spoken.
You don't hear a lot of young people talking about things like I talk about, because they really haven't lived. They haven't gone through a lot of experiences yet, and we can't really expect them to. It's just not all a party, you know, alcoholism and promiscuity. Get some elders up in here and let's talk about all this. Distribution service. I mean, what do we really need record companies for? I mean, really.
Wow, there is so much truth to unpack in that, but I just want to leave you with this one note, is that don't stop working hard towards your goals. If people are rejecting you, try harder. If people aren't listening to your music, find another avenue to continue to outreach, to push your music, your art, and like he said, pick up the scripture, read it, yeah, and things will be good. Anyways, with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in today. Please like, subscribe, do all that kind of good stuff, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace.